Magandang buhay mga bata! Tara, samahan ninyo akong matuto kasama si
Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Thank you! Matatag Curriculum, Science Grade 4, Quarter 2, Lesson 5. Our topic for today is about plants and animals and their habitats. This is Teacher Aika, your online teacher. Let's start! Learning competency. The learners make a list or draw up a table with examples of animals and plants in a particular habitat, such as a garden, rice fields, seashore, and mangrove swamp. Here are the objectives. First, to explain the importance of studying animals and plants in specific habitats. Second, to explore more on terrestrial habitats, specifically gardens and rice fields, describing their unique characteristics and ecological significance. Third, to explore more on aquatic habitats, specifically the seashore and mangrove swamp, describing their unique characteristics and ecological significance. Alright class, let's start by thinking about what every living thing needs to survive. Just like us, all living organisms, whether plants, animals, or even people, have basic needs to keep them safe, healthy, and able to live in their environment. Classify the animals based on their habitats. Tarsier, tamaraw, Philippine eagle, bamboo, orchid, seagrass, coral reefs, butanding, and dugong. Let's classify them. For terrestrial, we have tarsier, tamaraw, bamboo, and orchid. For aquatic, seagrass, coral reefs, butanding, and dugong. For aerial, Philippine eagle. Today, we're going to explore two types of terrestrial habitats, gardens and rice fields, and two aquatic habitats, seashores and mangrove swamps. We'll look at why these habitats are important, not only for the people who rely on them, but also for the plants, animals, and other organisms that live there. By understanding these habitats, we can see how they help maintain balance in nature and support life in different ways. Let's start with understanding the concepts and importance of habitats. Let's get to know first different words that we will encounter in this lesson. Unlocking content area vocabulary. Garden. A garden is a piece of land where plants like flowers, vegetables, fruits, and herbs are grown. It is often cared for by people and can be found in homes, schools, or public spaces. Rice fields. Rice fields are areas of land specifically used to grow rice. These fields are often flooded with water to help the rice plants grow, especially in regions like Asia. Seashores. Seashores are the areas of land along the edge of a sea or ocean. They are often sandy or rocky and are where land meets water, providing a habitat for many marine and shore-dwelling animals. Mangrove swamps. Mangrove swamps are coastal areas with salt-tolerant trees called mangroves. These swamps are found in tropical and subtropical regions and provide shelter for fish, birds, and other wildlife while helping protect coastal areas from erosion. What is a habitat? A habitat is a natural environment where plants, animals, and other organisms live and grow. It provides everything they need to survive, such as food, water, shelter, and space. Each habitat supports specific types of life that are well suited to live there, like forests, deserts, oceans, and wetlands. Why do you think a habitat is important? A habitat is important because it gives living things what they need to survive: food, water, and shelter. It also helps keep nature balanced so plants and animals can live together. When habitats are healthy, they provide clean air, clean water, and other resources that people need too. Importance of habitats. First, provide shelter. Habitats offer animals and plants a safe place to live, rest, and protect themselves from predators and harsh weather. Second, source of food and water. Habitats provide the necessary resources for survival, including food, water, and other essentials like air and nutrients. Third, support biodiversity. Healthy habitats support a wide variety of species, contributing to the overall balance and diversity of life on Earth. Fourth, facilitate reproduction. Habitats offer a place for species to breed, raise young, and carry out life cycles, ensuring the continuation of species. Fifth, maintain ecosystem balance. Habitats play a vital role in regulating ecosystems, helping to control the climate, water cycles, and other processes that keep life in balance. Sixth, economic benefits. Habitats like forests, wetlands, and oceans provide resources for human needs such as food, timber, medicines, and tourism. Seven, promote environmental health. Healthy habitats help clean air, purify water, and reduce the impacts of natural disasters like floods and storms. Activity 1. Exploring different habitats. Identify the unique features of your assigned habitat and explain why it's important for the environment. A. Unique features of the habitat. 1. Explain why your assigned habitat is important for plants, animals, and the overall ecosystem. 2. Provide examples of specific plants or animals that depend on this habitat for survival. B. Importance of the habitat. 1. Describe the physical characteristics of your assigned habitat. Example, landscape, climate, soil, water. 2. List at least 3 unique features of these habitats that make it different from other habitats. C. Presentation preparation. 1. What key points will you include in your presentation to the class? 2. How will you emphasize the importance of your assigned habitat during the presentation? Garden and rice field habitats. Garden habitats, man-made areas filled with plants like flowers, vegetables, and herbs. Gardens have rich soil, regular watering, and ample sunlight. Characteristics of garden habitat. Small, cultivated areas with diverse plants, flowers, and vegetables. Gardens are often maintained by humans, providing rich soil, regular watering, and sunlight. Unique features of garden habitat. First, attracts pollinators like bees and butterflies. Second, provides shelter for small animals and insects. Third, increases greenery in urban spaces. Importance of garden habitat. Supports biodiversity, improves air quality, and produces food. Examples of species of garden habitat: earthworms, ladybugs, tomato plants, marigolds, and sparrows. Rice field habitats, flooded fields used for growing rice with waterlogged soil and controlled irrigation. Characteristics of rice field habitat. A rice field habitat is characterized by waterlogged soil, warm temperatures, rich biodiversity, seasonal flooding, and human-managed irrigation. Unique features of rice field habitat. First, requires standing water for rice growth. Second, acts as a temporary wetland habitat. Third, supports aquatic and semi-aquatic species. Importance of rice field habitat. Key for food production, supports rural livelihoods, and provides habitats for birds and amphibians. Examples of species of rice field habitat: frogs, egrets, rice plants, freshwater snails, and dragonflies. Worked example: Marawi City Adventures, Exploring Gardens, Fields, and More by Halima B. Makadaag. In the lively city of Marawi, 5 friends named Fatima Zara, Rukaya, Zainab, Rabia, and Hussein had a special connection with nature. They lived in a place surrounded by gardens, rice fields, lakes, and a little forest, and these places were a big part of their daily lives. One bright morning, the friends decided to show each other how they interacted with these habitats. First, Fatima Zara took them to her beautiful garden filled with colorful flowers like roses and tulips. They also saw fruit trees like mango and papaya. She explained how she cared for the plants and how they made her family's meals more delicious. They even spotted butterflies fluttering around the flowers. Then, Rukaya led them to the rice fields nearby. They saw green and golden rice plants swaying in the breeze. There were also friendly ducks waddling through the rice fields, eating insects. Rukaya told her friends about her family's tradition of growing rice and how it was an important part of their meals. Next, Zainab guided them to the serene Lake Lanao, where they watched the fishermen catch fish like tilapia and catfish. Zainab explains how the lake provided food and jobs for many people in the city. They also saw water birds like egrets standing by the water's edge. Rabia showed her friends a little forest near her home, where they heard birds singing like sparrows and robins. They saw squirrels jumping from tree to tree and even a cute bunny nibbling on some grass. Rabia told them how this forest was a home for wildlife and a peaceful place for people to visit. Lastly, Yusen took them to his rooftop garden in the heart of the city. He grew herbs like basil and mint in containers and vegetables like tomatoes and lettuce. They even spotted a friendly ladybug on one of the leaves. He showed how even in the city, people could connect with nature and make their own food. When they returned to their meeting spot under a big tree, the friends realized how much they loved and depended on Marawi City's habitats. They promised to take care of these places, knowing that their actions help keep the city beautiful and its people happy by providing them food and other needs. Guide questions. 1. What are the different habitats mentioned in the story and how are they described? Garden, rice fields, Lake Lanao, little forest, and rooftop garden. 2. How did Fatima Zara interact with her garden and what plants and animals did they see there? She takes care of flowers like roses and tulips and grows fruit trees like mango and papaya. They also saw butterflies. 3. What did Rukaya share about the rice fields and why are rice fields important to her family? She shared that her family has a tradition of growing rice, an important part of their meals. They also saw ducks eating insects. 4. What did Zainab explain about Lake Lanao and how does it benefit the people in the city? She explained that it provides food and jobs for the people in the city. They saw fish like tilapia and catfish and water birds like egrets. 5. What did Rabia show her friends in the little forest and why is it important for wildlife and people? She showed her friends birds, squirrels, and a bunny. The forest is a home for wildlife and a peaceful place for people. 6. How did Usain connect with nature in the heart of the city? And what did he grow in his rooftop garden? In the city, he grows herbs like basil and mint and vegetables like tomatoes and lettuce. They even saw a ladybug on a leaf. 7. What did the friends realize about their connection to Marawi City's habitats at the end of the story? They realized they loved and depended on these natural habitats and promised to take care of them. 8. Why is it important to take care of these habitats and how can individuals help preserve them? Taking care of these habitats keeps the city beautiful and provides food and other needs. Individuals can help by being responsible and preserving these natural spaces. Activity number 3, exploring gardens and rice fields. As we explore gardens and rice fields today, please use these worksheets to make observations, identify plants and animals, and reflect on the importance of conserving these habitats. Part 1, Garden Exploration. Number 1, observe the images and videos of the garden habitats. What plants did you see? Write down the names of at least 3 plants. Alternative, if school vegetable garden is available, bring the glass outside for actual observation. 2. Did you notice any animals in the garden habitat? If so, write down the names of one of or more animals you identified. Part 2, Rice Field Exploration. 3. Observe the images and videos of the rice field habitats. Describe what you saw in the rice field. Alternative, if rice field is available, bring the class outside for actual observation. 4. Did you spot any animals or birds near the rice field? Write down the names of one or more animals or birds you observed. Part 3, Discussion on Conservation. 5. Why do you think it's important to protect gardens and rice fields in our city? Write your thoughts. 6. How do you think conserving these habitats can benefit agriculture and biodiversity? Explain. Part 4, Reflection and Call to Action. 7. What is one thing you can do to help conserve these habitats and protect the plants and animals that live there? Write your idea. Conclusion. Reflect on what you've learned during this activity. Write a brief summary of why gardens and rice fields are essential for our city and how we can all contribute to their conservation. Next is seashore and mangrove swamp habitats. Seashore. A seashore habitat is the area where land meets the ocean, often including sandy beaches, rocky shores, and tidal zones. It is a unique environment affected by tides and waves, supporting various marine and coastal species. Seashores are important nesting grounds for sea turtles, provide a home for crabs and birds, and are places where many different species find food. Characteristics of seashores: sandy or rocky shoreline, exposed to tides, saltwater environment. Unique features of seashore habitats. First, exposed to tides. Water levels change with the tides. Second, sandy or rocky shore. Has sand or rocks along the edge. Third, supports marine life. Home to sea creatures like crabs and starfish. Importance of seashore habitats. The seashore habitat supports marine life, protects the coastline, and provides areas for recreation and tourism. Examples of species of seashore habitats: crabs, seagulls, starfish, and clams. Mangrove swamp. The mangrove swamp habitat protects the coastline, acts as a nursery for fish, and filters water by trapping pollutants. Mangrove swamps act as a natural buffers against storms, provide shelter and breeding grounds for fish, and filter pollutants from the water. Characteristics of mangrove swamp habitats. Mangrove swamp habitats are characterized by salt-tolerant trees, shallow waters, and dense root systems that stabilize the soil. Unique features of mangrove swamp habitat. First, salt filtration. Mangroves can filter excess salt from seawater. Second, intertidal zone. Found in the area between high and low tides where salt water and fresh water mix. Third, floating propagules. Mangrove seeds, propagules can float, allowing them to spread across large areas. Importance of mangrove swamp habitat. Mangrove swamps are important for protecting coastlines from erosion, providing nurseries for marine life, and filtering water. Examples of species of mangrove swamp habitat: mangrove trees, mudskippers, mangrove crabs, and various fish species like groupers and snappers. Activity 4. Exploring seashores and mangrove swamps. As we virtually explore seashores and mangrove swamps, please use this worksheet to make observations and reflect on why it's important to protect these habitats. Part 1. Virtual exploration. 1. Explore the images and videos of seashores and mangrove swamps carefully. What do you see in these habitats? Write down your observations. 2. Did you notice any special plants or animals in these habitats? Write down the names of one or more plants and animals you observed. Part 2. Discussion. 3. Why do you think it's important to preserve seashore and mangrove swamp habitats? Write your thoughts. 4. Imagine if these habitats weren't protected. What problems could it cause for coastal communities and marine life? Part 3. Real-life story. 5. Briefly describe the real-life story or scenario you heard about the conservation of seashores and mangrove swamps. What positive impact did it have? Part 4. Reflection. 6. What is one thing you can do to help protect seashore and mangrove swamp habitats and the creatures that live there? For the conclusion, reflect on what you've learned during this activity. Write a brief summary of why seashores and mangrove swamps are important and how we can all contribute to their conservation. Activity 5. Habitats Diorama as your formative assessment. Here are the objective and materials needed. And these are the instructions and diorama presentation. Reflection questions. 1. What did you find most interesting or surprising about your chosen habitat? And here is the habitat diorama rubric. Criteria: diorama accuracy, explanation, creativity, overall presentation, and reflection. 4 points being the excellent, 1 point being needs improvement. Good luck! And that wraps up today's lesson. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for tuning in.